live. And then welcome to late night recap week 4. We doing something different. We doing it different. We doing it live, half of a voice, sleeping. You get we going with it. We going with it. What is it? 11:45.
11:45 it is.
I had to stay awake to make sure the Ravens didn't lose that lead.
And if you don't realize, I'm the one with a half of a voice.
Listen, I mean, we thought
the Bills was going to win, and the Ravens came out. And it's funny because I swear every time like the game is starting, I'm always like, I pick this team because I always pick the team that I think is going to right at it. I totally forgot that I picked the Bills, but literally right last Sunday Night Football, I was like, I think the Ravens are going to win this.
I can't believe I thought I said, did we pick the Bills or the Ravens? And the Ravens came out first time Derrick Henry touched the ball, ran right down the field, 12
seconds. 87 yards.
He said that's the first time in his career.
It was. That was
unbelievable.
This is how fast it happened. I literally, the commercial break happened. I went upstairs to do something. Next thing I know, all of a sudden I hear, and I was like, oh my God. Ran downstairs and was like, this dude already scored a touchdown. Like, what are we doing? I had to rewind it and said, oh my God. Well, it took until maybe I think the Bills had the ball again before I end up having to go back and actually rewatch it live. But yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and they just kept at them. They just kept going, and they look like the Ravens of old. The Ravens that and Joe Flacco looked like he was still with the Ravens when he was.
Well, we'll go there in a second. But I will say though, it was hilarious because they did say that the Mike Tirico said because of how Lamar Jackson runs and basically how Derrick Henry, he was like how they get so much of their rushing yards, how they're like the number one rushing team. Yeah. They look like the Falcons, which is true, when we had Michael Vick.
Yeah. And not only that, Derek was averaging 8.3 yards per carry. Then you got Lamar. He runs about 5 yards per carry, if not more. I mean, just unbelievable.
Derek had 199 yards. He literally was like, if he did it fumble, he would have had 200 yards for the.
Yes, they tried to give it to him, and then I looked up, and they had the backups in the game.
I looked up too because I said Trubisky.
Yeah, and look, I said, I see why we got rid of him. He looked ridiculous.
I mean, it was at the end of the game anyway. It was nothing.
It don't matter. You still ain't supposed to look that bad. If you're gonna throw the ball, you're supposed to. It's supposed to even look like it. Look at least halfway. Look like it's supposed to get there. But anyway, somebody made a.
What'd they say?
Somebody made the comment in our game that if we'd have had Mason, we would have won the game.
I mean, sorry. The thing about it is, the crazy part is, once again, I literally was like while I was at the stadium before, and I said, I picked the Colts to win. Then I said, no, I didn't. I picked the Steelers because I definitely would have chose the Colts.
But you know what? They came in with a plan to shut down TJ Watt, and they did. Not only that, I've been saying for a while since Alex Highsmith got there, he is the missing piece to the puzzle that TJ did not have. So now that he's hurt, you really miss, and then they shut down TJ. So then we was really, but we are number 2 in time of possession. I did not realize we won't score no points, but we number 2 in time of possession.
Y'all really are.
I mean, but now we scored more points today than we did all of them put together almost. I mean,
It's true. It took
but now Pickens having to drop that ball with being all cute with the little one-handed catch, and then gonna try to do something. Listen, get the ball and go on out of bounds. Catch it, secure it, go out of bounds.
Who's number one? I'm sorry, guys. My voice goes in and out.
Oh, wait a minute. Who did they say? Was it? Doggone it. I was getting ready to say it. I forgot. Was it San Francisco? It was somebody. Was it San Francisco?
Who has more?
It was only one, but I forgot who they said. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, but we was number 2. But while you looking that up, let me talk about Jaden Daniels. Listen,
boy,
that boy is at 80+%.
82%.
82.
I had to take a picture of what they said, because first off, that is the best out of the first month of anybody.
Anybody ever.
Or a current player. So he's already, what they were saying, like he pretty much almost like how CJ was his rookie year already, like
he better.
But they were saying like he's better in a sense, but like in a sense how CJ was starting to like break records, all the other stuff for rookies. He already did it. And who would have thought?
San Francisco. Because I took a screenshot of it. Yes. We are second in the NFL in average time of possession, only behind San Francisco. Yes. And amazingly, we converted 43.18% of our third down opportunity. We ain't do it today, but I tell you what, that Flacco on every third, and I didn't care how many it was, I was like, he gonna throw the ball. Why are you not ready? 3 in a row. Flacco ate us apart. He picked us apart like Brady used to pick apart defenses. But I told you last year, Flacco was good. I've always loved Flacco.
Also, at the same time, it's not like he doesn't know y'all very well.
He picked us all to pieces. But
he used to play y'all twice a year, so.
But now we'll say this. Justin was amazing. I mean, let me take that back. He was half amazing, half screw up. Them couple of fumbles. First play,
you put that together, he was good.
He was all right.
He was all right.
I tell you what. They say that was the most yards since Big Ben in the game, since Big Ben.
Really? Well, I only saw part of I didn't see it until after I got home from the game, but I saw your halftime report and you was not happy. But I also was at the game and saw it. It was like, dang.
Yeah, I wasn't happy at all. I wasn't happy. And the defense did not show up. Once they shut down TJ, it was like the defense fell all to pieces. Like we couldn't stop a flea. Moving on. The Buccaneers beat the Eagles like they was JV's. Oh.
Let me tell you. You want to hear something funny? What happened? What I did during the game? There was an Eagles fan sitting like kind of in front of me, right? So during the game, he would go like, there was like, what do Falcons do? He said, lose. So I took my little thing. I looked at him. I said, excuse me, sir. I just want to let you know that we did beat y'all like 2 weeks ago. So I'm going to need you not to say that. Second of all, aren't the Bucks like beating the brakes off of you guys right now? I was like, yeah. And I said, third of all, even if we lose this game, we're playing way better than what you guys are, and you're saying.
I mean, it was 24-0 at the half.
I know that. That's why I went in on him. And then afterwards, he started cheering for us, and I said, "We are birds. We fly together. Don't be going over there."
Listen,
y'all crazy.
Y'all look good.
We did.
My church is full of Falcon fans.
boy.
So we were having a meeting right after church, and I said, he said, I'm going to the game. Then another one said, I got to go, and it was
That's
like,
you can't miss Falcons Saint game. That's the biggest
you
rivalry.
cannot.
Yeah, you can't.
That's why church was empty. It was empty.
It is also the most exciting and also the most stressful. Hence why my voice is going in and out, because I was screaming from first quarter up until Coot hit that 58-yard field goal instead.
Now, when y'all got close, and I said, "Okay, here come Cool. It's over. It's over."
When they did that, and I said, we all at we like, oh Lord, Cool. But the funny part is that during our Falcons Saint rivalry, for real, it always comes down to a field goal, and it
really does.
And
it really
the
does.
funny part is, it's always Cool. It is always Cool who is kicking the last kick that we just be sitting there because.
Now, how long have you guys had Cool?
Ooh, how long has Cool been on the team? Hold up, I'm about to look that up
because I did not realize that. I guess because I wasn't doing sports chat with Nat, I never really paid that much attention, let me put it that way, to the Saints-Falcons rivalry. And then now that I'm here, of course, I notice it even the more. But
he went to Georgia Southern? Wow. Sorry, I'm like learning things.
Say it again?
He went to Georgia Southern.
Okay.
I didn't know that. He got drafted in 2017, but he's been playing with the Falcons since 2019. He actually used to play with the Chargers in 2017. He was like undrafted, and they put him on there. Then, I remember when they had that team when when they used to have the UFL. It was Atlanta Legends. He actually was on that team. Then he went to the Patriots in 2019. So he was on the Legends in 2019 and that. And then he went to the Falcons. So we had about 4. Okay, we can do my math now. 5 years now.
Okay. Now
that boy come in clutch. That is our GOAT right there. Talk about
one game that I missed and you got it. Vikings. Packers.
Oh yeah.
You called it. You said 27-18. I said 24-21. It was 31-29.
They came back
for it to be 28-0 at the half.
Yeah.
And to end up 31-29 was pretty. Although, if you look at the numbers, Jordan was throwing up. He threw up 4 touchdowns but 3 interceptions.
I saw that he was 9 of 19. He was playing. It took them a minute. I saw the thing, I did see that, and I said, "Dang, they was down. Like they was, them halftime scores was kind of interesting looking at." Like I said, I was shocked to see the Tampa Eagles score, and definitely that one. I thought it was going to be more competitive, but it wasn't until it was a defensive, thing that happened that made it where they actually started like a defensive play for Green Bay, and that's what kind of got their momentum going.
Now Sam Darnold was 20 of 28 for 275. I mean, he was on it. I mean, it's something going on in that camp over at the Panthers because he was over there. He didn't look like this over there.
What did they say? Sam Darnold is the first player in NFL history to win the first 4 games with team and throw 2+ touchdowns in each.
Yeah.
Right. Because
now I will say this. The Panthers are much more respectable since they benched Bryce, bless their hearts. But they lost 34-24. Now they won't scoring 10 points before Andy Redhead took over. Now, I mean, what was Bryce that bad? I mean, now I did read that, oh gosh, who got benched? It was 2 quarterbacks that got benched, and now they Hall of Famers. God, it was right on the tip of my look at. It was 2 quarterbacks that got benched their rookie season, and they end up being Hall of Famers. I want to say one of them was Terry Bradshaw, but I'm probably wrong. I'm wrong with that. But it was 2 of them, and I did not write it down. So, but while you're looking that up, before we go too far, I want to go. Jaden, like you said, is 82%. But listen, he doing stuff ain't nobody done in forever. Where else I want to go?
John Elway and Terry Bradshaw.
Yeah. Both of them are in the Hall of Fame, and they both got benched. So, I mean, all right, so be it. Now, hold it. One of the games.
I'm still on what I have to say with that.
What?
It's not the fact that they got benched. I mean, it is that they got benched, but I feel like we start making moves. We gonna start to see if Bryce goes to a different team. I think he would actually possibly do better.
Look at Justin.
Look at Sam.
That's why I said something wrong in that camp over there.
Look at Sam Darnold.
That's what I'm saying. There's something wrong in that camp over there.
Yeah.
Something wrong over there. I think they got a good coach now. I
like Ron Rivera. He was good.
He was all right. Okay, moving on. The other game of the week we had Chiefs Chargers,
which did exactly what I thought it was going to do. I did think the Chargers probably was going to win it, but at the end of the day, they were a rivalry team too, and they came down to a close thing. And once again, I keep on saying, man, the Chiefs are winning these games by the skin of their teeth.
Skin of their teeth.
They skin of their teeth. And I don't know what week is going to happen, but they're going to lose. But also at the same time, last year was like the same thing too. They were winning by the skin, but then it was like games that we will, you'd be like, yeah, they definitely gonna win that one. Like when the Broncos beat them on Christmas Day. Was that the Broncos who beat them Christmas Day last year?
Girl, I can't remember yesterday. So I know I remember no Christmas last year, girl. Please.
But yes, I remember that because everybody was like, wow. But yeah, it was games that I think it was Broncos. But yeah, it's stuff that I'm like, it's now, coming. But
let's not get too far ahead before we forget to say that you predicted perfectly 20 points for them Cowgirls. And it was 2015. I said 14. They got 15. Listen, we got them Cowboys next week. Listen, our defense better rest up, look at some film, go back and look at them first couple of games and see what they did. Because we got to show up.
Like y'all should beat them with that because I'm going to be honest. First off, I didn't know that Snoop was a Steelers fan.
Oh, he is ridiculous. He is big.
I didn't realize that until they were showing him on Sunday Night Football doing the thing, and he was like, "Yeah," and I said, "Oh, I didn't know he was a Steelers fan."
What's that rock and roll dude? He was on American Idol, wore the headband.
I don't know. I'm thinking about his Brett Michaels.
Brett
Michaels?
Yep.
He was on American Idol, wasn't he? But he's a Steelers fan too.
Yep. And I think Billy Cordell, the guy from Mike and Molly. So I mean, yeah. I mean, listen.
Y'all should win it because obviously I feel like the Cowgirls were over there playing around with the Giants and I mean that they were struggling. The Giants, I feel like if the Giants actually would have scored, because obviously they scored basically field goals to win this, but if they would have actually been scoring touchdowns, it would have been nothing. Because obviously the Cowboys couldn't do anything, and to only get held by 20 points.
Yeah. We if we get out the Dak real good early, we'll do all right. We can't let him get comfortable. We can't let him get comfortable. We gotta watch CD. We gotta watch him. I called the first play. The survey was what will be the first play of the game. I said a pass to CD Lamb.
You got to talking about if they get the ball first or just in general?
No, that was a question last for the game Thursday night, floating around on Facebook. So everybody thought it was going to be a run play. I said it was going to be a pass to CD Lamb.
And was it a pass to CD Lamb?
It was a pass to CD Lamb. Yes. So now look, these games today were not as big so far. I'm 10-3, you 9-4 so far, with the 2 games left for tomorrow night.
I'm trying to think, do I need to change any of my predictions?
I mean, you picked the Titans over the Dolphins. And wait a minute. The Lions. You picked the Seahawks. Right? I picked the Lions.
Yeah,
but we had the same score, but you picked the Seahawks. I picked the Lions.
I'm still sticking with the Seahawks.
Yeah. Gino, that's something else I wanted to talk about right quick. It's a couple of quarterbacks in the 70%. Justin is 73. Josh was 75%. I don't know what he is after the game tonight. They ate his butt up. Them Ravens look so good tonight, man. I wanted so bad.
The Buffalo was not looking.
I so wanted them not to look good because we lost, and I wanted us to. I know we couldn't stay undefeated, but I wanted us to still be looking really strong. I did not want the Ravens to look that doggone good.
You really thought that they wasn't? They just had a couple of hiccups.
They just had a couple of hiccups, to be honest.
Once they have it together, they whatchamacallit. Like I said, remember how we say, who are we concerned with and who are we not? I told you I was never concerned about the Ravens. When you were like, should we be not be concerned about the Ravens.
Not really. No. Now I will say this. So Gino, now a couple of seasons, not last season, season before, he was leading in completion percentage. He's 74 right now. Of course, we already said Jaden is above everybody. He's at 80.
82 to be precise.
Well, yeah, 82 to be exact. I'm looking at what was before today's game. Okay, so he was 80%. Minshew, Raiders 73.7, Geno 74.8, Baker Mayfield 74.4, Josh 75, Justin 73, and that's it with them completions, the number of attempts that qualify.
Okay.
So that's not bad. Now Dak got the most yards. And guess who got number 2 yards? You'll fall over.
Hold up. Let me guess.
Number
2, what type of
passing total yards.
Passing.
Yeah, don't look.
I'm not. I'm trying to look at the team so I can think off the top of my head. Hold up.
You ain't gonna guess it. Number
Sam
2.
Darnold.
Daniel Jones.
What?
That's what I said. I had that same look. 881 yards. Brock Purdy is number 3. Geno
Who's he
number
passing
4.
to?
Let me tell you who he's, and I said the same thing.
See, at least we look, great minds think
The
alike.
number one receiver is Neighbors from New York. Yep.
Well,
Malik Neighbors from New York. Yep. 35 receptions, 386 yards, number one. Yep. I said the same thing. I said, what?
I'm over here trying to see how many fantasy points he been back in.
I mean, really? So, yeah.
Wow. Well, I guess really.
Yeah. So, this week was almost, I won't say predictable, but it was a little more in line with what's this, week 4, we're going into week 5. Okay.
We started to get
getting a sense of what they are.
What a sense of, what everybody is.
I know who ain't no good.
The Jaguars.
And the Patriots.
Yeah, they kind of, they
Sunshine
game one was a fluke. Game one was a fluke for us.
Do you realize Sunshine made the statement that football was not his priority? When he made that statement some years ago, and somebody pulled that statement back up.
Well, it's definitely not.
He's sure playing like it. He's sure playing like it's not a priority. Oh, baby. So, now, he is doing great work in the community. He's building up the community around him in Jacksonville. It is really run down. It's oh my. I went there on a trip and I was like, oh my gosh, really? Oh God. So he's really investing in that. And I like that about him. But they paid you to play football. They didn't pay you to revitalize the community.
I mean, he's using his platform.
And I appreciate that, but that's not what they're paying him for.
I mean, it's just this season. Last season they were better.
Yeah, I'm so glad
the Browns. Hold up, let's put it this way: if they have a London game this year, they're gonna win it because they always win in London.
Well, the Buffalo Bills are now the only undefeated team now is Kansas City, Minnesota, and Seattle.
For now. Although Seattle's probably still going to end up staying undefeated, but yes.
Minnesota really looks good.
Minnesota looks great. Even with
Washington really looks good.
Washington definitely is the sleeper team that nobody thought about. And that's what was it Chris Hollingsworth said that at the end of Sunday Night Football. He was like, who would have thought if you would have put that like the Bucks, Washington. Oh man, he put everybody in NFC division. Oh, Minnesota and the Seahawks. He was like, who would have thought that would have been your division leaders?
Now the yards allowed and all of that don't look like it, but they played their game was so exciting to watch.
Which one?
But I watched 2. I watched today and I watched, what was it, Thursday? Didn't they just play Thursday?
Who?
I mean, last week, Washington.
Oh, yeah. Monday.
Yeah. It was, listen, I could not believe how good that game really was. That really surprised me. Now, Baltimore is leading offense again. Now, San Francisco, Debo didn't play today. And McCaffrey then went over to a foreign country to see if they were telling him the truth about his injury.
Did he really?
Yeah. and he on IR. He listen, sit down. You hurt. It's okay.
But this is
what?
Well, also this is probably like the longest he hasn't played in a minute. So
yeah.
They said that he can come back earliest is early November. So
well, where did he go? They said where he went. But he went to a foreign country to go get another opinion. And he came back with the same information.
Germany.
Listen. And he came back with the same info. Sit down. It ain't ready. You're not ready yet. It's okay. But they still winning. And which to me is a sign of a good coach when you're still winning regardless of who's in there.
I mean, Kyle Shanahan can possibly win regulars, but he ain't gonna win you no championship. Sada.
Say that again.
I said, yeah, Kyle Shanahan gonna help you make it, but he ain't gonna help you win no championship.
Yeah, he keeps getting there, but they're not winning. I don't know what that's about.
And
I'm gonna tell you something else I don't know. First couple of weeks, Derek Carr looked unstoppable. The Saints looked unstoppable. What was it, 91 points in 2 games?
I mean, but I told you.
What the heck going on?
Once again, let's go back to who they played. Okay, let's run it back.
That was true. That was the Panthers.
The first game they played was the Panthers
with Bryce,
and then the second game they played was the Cowgirls,
which we all expected to be a better game, but it wasn't.
It wasn't. So
it wasn't.
And then they played the Eagles, who actually, when they actually can do stuff, are actually a pretty good contender. But obviously they were not today. But hey, yes.
Oh.
So I told you that Eagles game was going to show, like, after the Eagles game, that's why I was like, that is who the Saints really are. Those other 2 games were flukes. This is really what we're going to see of who the Saints really are.
Well, I tell you what, we're seeing who the Eagles really are. I told you trouble in that camp. I told you trouble in that camp.
They up and down.
I mean, Saquon is having some of the best times of his life, but what did he do today? Did he do anything today?
Let's see. I'm sure he did. I think he did. Because I think he was the one who helped them get them.
He had 84 yards. That's respectable. Oh,
4 targets.
Speaking of yards, now I saw a clip.
Oh, they have a bye this week. Maybe they can. I just realized the Eagles have a bye this coming up week, so maybe they can get back on track.
Something in that camp. Something going on in that camp. Something in that camp. But I saw an interview, a brief portion of a clip of an interview, should I say, with Najee Harris. And the reporter asked him, how did he think Justin did? And in a defensive tone, he said, the question was, how did Justin do to pull y'all back or fight back or something to that effect? He said, you mean how did our team do? Y'all keep talking like it's one person. The team, I saw the whole team fight. So one of the comments was, oh, you just mad because you had 19 carries for 13 yards or something like that. Or 13 carries for 19 yards, average like 1 yard a carry. Listen, and Patterson got up in there and took us right down the field. Cordell Patterson took us right down the field, and then Pickens fumbled. Listen.
Yeah, Cordero.
Yeah,
I wish
but he got an ankle
his
injury.
autograph my
He got an
jersey
ankle.
before you left
He
us.
he hurt his ankle.
Who?
Patterson.
Dang. I wish he could have just signed my jersey though before he left us.
Yeah. So, I mean, okay, we want to address our games of the week. We had the Chiefs and the Chargers, the Bills and the Ravens, Commanders and the Cardinals.
Which was awesome. Which was also a very, like I said, obviously I didn't see nothing for real. But looking at the scores, I'm like, wow.
What you talking about, Commanders?
42 to 14. That's wow. And although I mean the Cardinals probably, I heard that they did look good. It's just that the
Commanders look so much better.
Yeah.
Now, our other game of the week was the Vikings Packers. And we both had them in their 20s and they scored 31-29. That was a good game. It started off looking like a blowout.
I mean, based off of when I saw the score at halftime, it sounded like that. And then I was like, okay. I started seeing some of the score changes.
I saw an article that said the Rams need to move on from Matthew Stafford.
Wow.
And look to the future. That was I remember that quote, and I don't even have to look at it. They said they need to move on from Matthew Stafford and look to the future.
I mean, the crazy part is literally they just won Super Bowl like 2 years ago and we're like saying that. But the thing about it, and then last year they made it to playoffs. So it's like, what are you're kind of basically, I could see if they wasn't doing well, like these last couple of runs after Super Bowl, or didn't even win Super Bowl, but they're like,
yeah.
But hold up. They're also probably pulling the trigger a little bit too early, because last year the Rams started off pretty like slow too, and then all of a sudden they come into playoffs. So and they went to Detroit and played, and that's how they end up losing. They lost in a wild card, but the fact of the matter is you made it to playoffs.
And don't they have major injuries? Cooper Kupp and Nacua. So that's major. That's major injuries of his top receivers. So, but anyway, last week we talked for an hour on the recap. I don't know what the ham sandwich we was talking about, but we was going at it last week with the recap.
It was a lot.
It was a lot, but today,
I think also at the same time I was still coming from my Falcons loss. That really hurt me.
And then I was all hyped because we were undefeated. So, but such is life. But we still got 2 more games for this before week 4 is completed.
Oh, I forgot the Bears won.
Yeah, they did. They did. Yeah.
That's who they were. That's who they played. The Rams. That made me think of that. I was like,
24. Yeah, 24-18. So, but we and it's predicted that Peterson at Jaguars will be the first coach to lose his job.
Already?
Yeah.
Dang.
Because they went on a losing streak at the end of the season last year.
They did.
Yeah. Yeah, they went
started off well, and then they maybe it might flip flop. Maybe it might be I don't know.
Maybe.
We still got, but it's crazy because we 1 month into this, so.
But anyway, this is the week 4 recap, and leave us a comment, replay watchers. What did your team do? How did your team do today? Hey, we lost. Okay,
we know what my team did. Hey, we did exactly what we wanted, as we said in the stadium. we that. When they was talking about some who that, it's we that. So yeah, so I know we gonna be at. I'm sorry,
So
guys, for next week that I will. Miss Valerie, you just gonna have to keep me updated about tomorrow's games.
yeah, so tomorrow's games. What we got? We got the Titans at the Dolphins.
I
Ooh.
probably wouldn't have been paying attention to that one, but the Lions and Seahawks is what
But
I.
that's gonna be a good game.
That's our game of the week. That's our other
That's
game.
our other game of the week, and that game is at 8:15. So yeah, that'll be a good one. I may go live on that one. So, but ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for watching. We'll record the predictions. Look out for those. But this was a late night recap, midnight madness, we'll call it. And we want to thank you for watching. Replay watchers, please say replay and tell us what your team did. Thank you so much. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.